It was something small, a receipt, I think. From a cafe we'd never been to together. I found it folded up in the cup holder of her car, while reaching for my sunglasses. Not hidden. Not obvious either. Just, ... There, like it didn't matter if I saw it or not. The name on the receipt wasn't the giveaway. It was the timestamp. Wednesday, 2:17 p.m. She'd told me she was at her mom's place. Said they were having a tough talk. I remember because I texted her around that time, asking if she was okay. She didn't reply until hours later. That wasn't the moment I knew. Just the first time something didn't line up. I put the receipt back exactly where I found it. No questions. No comments. A few days later, I noticed she'd started putting her phone face down, even when it wasn't buzzing. Then she moved the charging cable from her side of the bed to the kitchen. Said it was because she needed to stop doom scrolling before sleep. I nodded. She smiled like she'd just fixed something. I started sleeping with socks on. That's how I knew something had changed in me. I always slept barefoot, always. But suddenly, I didn't want to feel the coldness of the sheets we used to laugh under. She started saying my name less. Stopped finishing. Her stories, her laughs shortened. Her silences got longer. Once, I found her just staring into the bathroom mirror. Not fixing her makeup. Just looking. Like the reflection was telling her something she wasn't ready to say out loud. I asked if everything was okay. She blinked. ... Said, "Of course. Why?" I said, "Just checking." And that was the last time I asked. From then on, I stopped questioning what felt off. I started documenting it. The gaslighting started slow. ... Soft touches of doubt. She'd double back on things she said. "I never said that," she'd shrugged, even though I could still hear her voice from 3 nights ago, saying exactly that. She started calling me paranoid. Over little things. A missed call. A locked door. A new habit of bringing her laptop into the bathroom when she showered. "I'm just watching reels," she'd say with a quick smile. I didn't argue. I just stopped waiting outside the door. My name turned into Babe, every time. Like, she was trying to blur something out. Make things less personal. Softer. Safer. Safer. One night she said, "You've changed." I said, "Maybe." She didn't ask why. I stopped asking where she'd been. Stopped offering to make dinner. I ate alone. More often. ... Usually something out of a box. She said she was fasting. Trying to detox, she said. I noticed her laughter changed. Not the sound. ... The source. It didn't come from here anymore. ... She laughed with her phone now. Quiet little bursts in the hallway, in the kitchen. Never around me, and the worst part. I didn't feel betrayed. Not yet. I felt ... removed. Like I was watching something rot slowly from the inside. I didn't rush to save it. Just watched it cave in. Then came the isolation. She said she needed more space. Said I was too predictable. That I was kind. Yes. ... But boring. "You're safe," she said once. While folding laundry. Safe. Not wanted. Just ... Tolerated. She started going out with friends I'd never heard of. New names. People she suddenly trusted deeply. When I'd asked who they were, she'd smile like I was being silly. "Don't be that guy," she'd whisper. So I stopped being any guy at all. I moved out of the bedroom first, then out of the conversations. She didn't notice. Or maybe she did. Maybe that's what she wanted. And then came the turning point. It was a Thursday. I was home early. She was home well. The living room was dim. Just a soft flicker from the hallway bulb. The one that always blinked twice before turning on. I sat in silence for a bit. Then I got up to fix the bulb. That's when I found it. Inside the hollow of the floor lamp, tucked behind the socket plate, a thumb drive. It wasn't hidden well. Just ... Carelessly, like someone had meant to move it, but forgot. I didn't plug it in right away. I sat with it for a while. Held it like a fragile truth. Later that night, after she fell asleep, I watched it. Videos. One long folder. No password. No shame. Her, him, hotel, laughs, voice notes, plans. One video. Started with a voice. Hers. "I don't think he'll fight back," she said. "He's the type to... Just walk away." And I did. I didn't cry. Didn't wake her. Didn't throw the lamp or smash her phone. I just copied everything to my own drive. Then I slipped the original back into the lamp. Exactly where I found it. She never knew I saw. But from that moment, everything changed. I wasn't angry. I was ready. The next morning, I made her coffee. She took it without looking at me, scrolling through something on her phone. Probably him. I sat across from her, pretended to check email. Watched her fingers tap the screen with ease, like she wasn't erasing a person across the table. That day at work, I started making phone calls. Quiet ones. First to my bank. I froze the joint account, opened a new one. Moved half just enough to keep her from noticing until it was too late. Then I changed the password on my salary deposits. Rerouted to the new account. She never checked the finances. Said they gave her headaches. That worked in my favor. Next, I met with a lawyer. Not one of those big downtown firms with sleek marble floors. Just a quiet office above a pharmacy. I laid it all out. No drama. Just facts. Timeline. Evidence. Intent. He asked me what I wanted. I said, a clean exit. No fights. No noise. He nodded. Said we'd move slow and smart. He gave me a list. Documents to gather. Copies to make. Statements to prepare. I followed it like gospel. Back home. I smiled more. Let her think I'd softened. When she asked what I'd been up to, I said, just work. When she asked if I wanted to go out, I said, let's stay in. She thought she'd won. That made it easier. I found the burner phone she used, taped under the sink drawer. Behind the box of bandages. I didn't touch it. Just took a photo of where it was. That was enough. One night, I watched her send a voice message with her back turned to me. She said, he's starting to fade. Just like you said. I memorized the tone. The cadence. I slept early that night. Then woke at 3 a.m. and printed every email, receipt, and time-stamped file from the doctor labeled chronological. Undeniable. I put it all in a manila envelope, wrote nothing on it, just placed it inside my briefcase. She started talking about moving cities. Said she felt stuck. I nodded. She said maybe we should take a break. I said, let's talk next week. But there wouldn't be a next week. I already had a furnished studio, leased across town. Month to month. Paid cash. No photos. No traces. Just a bed, a desk, and a window that faced no one. One night, she asked, you're quiet lately. I looked up from my plate and said, I'm just thinking. She said, don't overthink us. I smiled. I'm not, and I wasn't. I was done thinking. I was moving quietly. I chose a Tuesday. She had Pilates that night. Always came home late, always smelled like someone else's cologne. I packed light, just essentials. The rest I didn't need. Memories don't weigh much when they've been emptied. Before I left, I did 3 things. First, I left the thumb drive, not the original. The copy. I had put it in the drawer next to her skincare stuff, wrapped in a folded receipt from that same cafe. The dates circled. Her name scrawled underneath in my handwriting. No message, no threat, just ... context. Second, I turned off my phone, switched SIMs. Third, ... I left a note, 1 sentence, written on the bathroom mirror, in dry erased marker. Right, under her eyeliner pencil. You asked what I'd do. I said I'd start over. No signature. She'd know. I left the keys on the counter. Didn't lock the door. Didn't say goodbye. By the time she got home, I was already checked in at the studio. It smelled like paint and solitude. The kind of silence that doesn't ask for anything. I didn't check my messages. Didn't open social media. Didn't scroll to see her reaction. But I imagine it was quiet at first. Confused. Then curious. Then ... unraveling. She must have opened the drawer, found the drive, played the videos, heard her own voice, plotting, laughing, predicting I'd stay quiet. And I did ... just not in the way she expected. 2 weeks passed, no calls from her. But I got one from her mother, a voicemail. Short, shaky. She's been crying. Says he disappeared. What happened? I didn't reply. Some things don't need answers. A month later, my lawyer forwarded me a letter. She wanted mediation. Claimed confusion. Said she thought we could work through it. I declined. Quietly. The apartment grew colder with each night, but I never turned up the heat. I liked the way silence filled the space. Like it was finally mine. Sometimes, I'd stare at the wall, where I'd taped a torn photo. Just one half. My face. Not hers. I never looked for the other half. Never needed it. I found work near the harbor. Nights were slower there. I liked watching cargo ships move. In the dark, they made leaving look easy. I kept the envelope, the manila one, locked in a drawer I never opened. It was never about using it. Just about knowing it existed. Truth has weight when it's carried quietly. She texted once more. Just a line. Are you gonna do now? I didn't reply. I just looked around the room. then stepped outside for air. The city didn't notice I'd changed addresses. But I had, and that was enough.